So last night I hopped onto Sea of Thieves just to have a little bit of fun, and what turned into some simple voyages that I was going to do turned into an epic battle for a singular gold piece, all in the name of revenge. A Reaper Galleon decided to roll up on me, and, well, I thought I should take matters into my own hands and get back my flag. It was late at night, and I saw this Reaper Galleon at a very far distance, slowly approaching my way, but I wasn't sure if they were coming, and never mind, yeah, they're definitely coming my way. Or I could be wrong, let's double check. Okay, yeah, no, they're definitely coming my way. Where's the nearest outpost? Okay, Sanctuary. Let's get there, turn some stuff in, and drop off some gunpowder barrels that I found along the way. You know, because it could be used as a deterrent. Maybe they'll run into one if I'm lucky, right? Here's another one just for good measure. Okay, I've made my way to the outpost, so let's turn in some stuff and lower this flag so they can't get it. Okay, 1 skull, 2 skulls, 3 skulls. I should probably lower the flag now. Yeah, let's go do that. Not today, Galleon. You're not getting my flag on my watch. That's my nearly 2,000 gold. Or let's see if they want to, I don't know, start an alliance. Maybe they're just having some fun. That'd be cool. Start a Reaper alliance, hang out, you know. What harm could that be? Yeah, y'all can just take the shit I had on there. I didn't have much. Did you guys want to start like a Reaper alliance? I'm gonna be on for a bit. I'll take that as a no then. Okay. Okay, so revenge is the name of the game. I was just doing some solo stuff by myself. This Reaper decides to pull up and decides to just, you know, unleash fury upon my ship. So, it's time to go hunting. I then soon realized there was another Reaper ship heading their way. It looks like it's about to be all-out war. As I made my way to the battle that was about to ensue, I decided to stop back at the outpost to raise my Reaper flag once again to let them know that I was coming. I wanted them to know they messed with the wrong solo sloop. And I've got some extra gold, so let's, you know, buy some supplies so I'm stocked up for the battle. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't sure how long I was gonna last in this battle with 2 other Reapers ahead of me, one being a brig and one being a galleon. But hey, this was all about sending a message. It was now finally time to begin my assault. Wave upon waves of cannons launched into the air, and some hits I was making from a distance. I was very impressed with myself. But then I remembered something. What happened to those kegs that I left in the water? Did they pick them up? Did they sell them? Well, you'll see here that their ship, it caught on fire somehow. I'm not sure if it was from a keg that I, you know, left for them that they took and they exploded by accident, or if I hit them and it caused something to explode, but they caught on fire. Maybe the brig jumped off and anchored them or something, but I don't know. But it was a great opportunity for me to swoop in and start shooting them once more with my cannons. As I fought fire with fire, throwing fire bombs and cannons, they rammed into me because I guess that's what galleons do. But hey, they're on fire. They tried to board me multiple times, but as you can see, I died here. But I came back, I got my revenge, and I began to chase them down once more. I raised my anchor and continued to chase this galleon that did me so wrong. Of course, also making some repairs to my ship along the way and getting some more supplies. And then I continued my assault of my cannons from a distance. Wow, I'm actually hitting a lot of my shots. That's kind of surprising, actually. This nighttime battle continued for some time. Me launching cannons, them hitting me hitting them, me repairing, them trying to board, me shooting, me repairing, vice versa, back forth, continuously. But it was starting to prove something to myself. I can beat these guys. I can do... What? A white flare? What? No. It's too late for that now. I tried to make an alliance, but no, you denied. You shot me in cold blood, and now I'm getting my revenge. I further continued this assault on this galleon, allowing the brig to escape and do whatever they were gonna do. I felt a sense of honor as I helped out a fellow ship escape this galleon that was hunting me down for the start. They continued to try to board my ship and anchor me, but they were failing. I kept grabbing my anchor, raising it back up, and continued my assault. More cannon fire, and more cannon fire, continuing to shoot their ship. We could have had an alliance, but no! You chose this instead! And I'm not gonna lie, I'm like really proud of this move that I pulled right here. It's happened to me multiple times, so to finally pull this off was really satisfying. This continued for nearly an hour, continuing to bombard their ship with my little solo sloop 1 cannon as they continued to launch cannons into my vessel as I repaired, with multiple boarding attempts by them that kept failing because I just kept knocking them off, grabbing my anchor, killing them, and I was very proud of myself for what I was doing. Why did that explode? Okay, anyways. I started to realize that I need to go for a boarding attempt sooner than later. I could launch into their ship all day, and they're just going to out-repair me with a full crew of 4. But not going to lie, I was getting some good target practice in, and this was really good to increase my PvP skills. So I just kind of kept launching to see how much damage I could really do against this galleon. Continuing the assaults, plenty of cannons on board, I continued to launch into their ship. I mean, this really went on for a while. I'd shoot at them, they'd shoot at me, I'd repair, they'd try to board, they would fail at boarding, because I would just, I don't know, kill them or knock them off, and I was having a lot of fun. I was getting some really good target practice in. In hindsight, I probably should have tried to go for a boarding attempt sooner, because I was hitting a lot of my shots, and it seemed like they were kind of in a panic at some points, because I'd get their mast down, I'd set them on fire, I'd have them at a standstill here and there, and I probably could have had a successful boarding attempt, but again, I was just kind of living in the moment right now. It's really voyages like this that makes me love this game. Yeah, I'm not going to get a lot of gold out of this, but the feeling of revenge and satisfaction of hunting down this galleon that did me so wrong was, I don't know, worth more than any gold I could probably get. Now, at this point, I was starting to run out of resources, so I was being more cautious and careful with my shots. They kept trying to board, and I would knock them off again, but I had to rethink my game plan and my, plan of attack here. At this point in the chase, I was pretty comfortable with making shots from almost any distance at these guys. I was in a pretty good rhythm, and it felt really nice to kind of have consistent shots at various distances, and shows that maybe I am getting better at this game, or maybe it was just a stroke of luck. I don't know, but it felt nice, but I knew something had to change soon. With them staying at a distance, I decided to try to go for their masts, and with, I guess, a stroke of luck, I actually ended up getting one of their center masts down after, this guy tried to board and anchor me once more. Luckily, I was able to catch my anchor and pull it back up, and when I turned around, I did indeed start getting one of their masts down, which was my sign to start moving in. Unfortunately for me, this is when they also recognized my plan and started sending multiple people over to board me rather than just one at a time. So now, instead of fighting off one boarder, I started fighting off multiple waves of, 2 boarders at a time. And it's sad to say, eventually, it did catch up to me. I came back to my ship on fire and them continuing to bombard me with firebombs and shoot me, but I was able to hold my own pretty well and somehow survived this encounter and was able to get the fire out on my ship and continue the chase. But unfortunately, as I got my footing back and fought off some boarders and started to get the fire out, they got close to me and started to harpoon me, despite all the shots I was shooting at their ship. Once again, another pesky ram attack was coming in with more firebombs, so I decided to once again fight fire with fire and go for a board myself, and I completely miss. That's fine. I'll swim back to the ship, and, well, okay, a shark got me. Great. Fucking shark. Yo, I offered to have, an alliance earlier, but, I guess not. I came back to my ship completely on fire, but luckily I had enough food, water, and supplies to keep myself alive and my ship afloat, but I was running out of cannonballs. But I decided to take a few shots to fend them off a little bit, get some distance between them and myself, and take the fire out of my ship, and also do some repairs. After going away for a bit and resetting and getting my footing back, I decided it was time to go in to try to board once more. By the time I got back to them, the sun had fallen down and the night was upon us, and I was launching more cannons as they launched more fire. But unfortunately for me, they harpooned the back of my ship. It was now or never, time to board. As I boarded their ship, I was able to barely make it to their anchor and lower it just in time. However, I was caught by a swift blade and sent to the ferry of the damned. And by blade, I mean blunderbuss. As I came back to my ship, they had fully boarded it, and it was filling with water fast. This was time for my final stand. I would take out as many of them as I could, and also board their ship and hopefully take them down with me. I killed 1. I killed 2. And then I decided to make my final leap of faith. As I boarded their ship, I decided to be a menace to society and hack them down one by one as they attempted to bilge the water from their ship. One by one, the bodies fell as they tried to get the water from their ship. Could I do this? Could I 1v4 the galleon that decided to sink me unprompted hours ago? Is it possible? Could I do this? I would make them remember and fear the name of the sloop, the Shupper. But unfortunately for me, it seems like they had fixed all of their holes, and I had ran out of ammo. They continued to spawn back onto the ship, and I continued to hack them down one by one, making my final stand a worthy one. However, it appeared that my luck was soon to run out. Eating the last of my food and fighting these pirates one by one, I unfortunately started to become overwhelmed and run out of resources. And it was at this point that I unfortunately met my end via blunderbuss. Back to the ferry I go. Gotta work together to make a lot of gold. I'm coming back. I spawned back in with my ship, very little supplies and a lot of level 3 holes, but luckily for me, there was an ally in the distance. This galleon decided to hunt down another sloop. And you know what happens when a galleon decides to hunt down sloops? You make enemies. Myself and this sloop became allies in this battle, out for revenge. Not for gold, but for glory.
Oh. Hey, I'm gonna try to help you guys out. I've been fighting this galleon for like an hour. I'll help you out.
With my newfound ally ship ablaze, I decided to fend off the galleon from sinking him further and shoot cannons into their broadside.
I told you I'd be back.
And it appeared that my attempt to deter them away from my newfound friend was successful.
Here, they're circling back around. I'll help you out with them.
You just want to do a sloop, or do you want to stay on 2 separate sloops?
Let's stay on 2 separate ones because they could barely handle me on my own.
We then lowered our sails together as allies to take down this galleon once and for all. Once this galleon realized they had royally fucked up, they tried to get distance from us. However, like 2 elegant dolphins on crack with a mission, they could not escape our maneuvers. We chased them into the night using our remaining supplies to eventually overwhelm them. Cannon fire among cannon fire, it was time to make our final move. The galleon also knew their time was coming to an end because they tried to board us and anchor us to get away from us. However, we were out for revenge. Nothing could stop us now. We had a plan. My newfound sloop ally decided he would go for a boarding attempt, while I continued to put pressure on them and get down some of their masts. Eventually, one of their masts had fallen, and this was our time. This was our moment. Time to move in, and finally take down this galleon once and for all. I continued to unload cannon fire from a distance as my sloop ally launched himself over to their ship. I continued to supply pressure, and he continued to wipe them out one by one. I made my way closer to their ship and continued to supply the pressure while my ally boarded them and sliced them down, one pirate at a time. With me keeping the pressure on with cannon fire and also keeping their mast down with chain shot, there was no way they could escape. And at this moment, I decided it was now my turn to board and help finish this fight once and for all. As I boarded their ship, the panic in their faces was real. Their ship severely damaged. They tried to raise their anchor, but they could not, and I continued to make my way below deck and slice them down one by one as they tried to bucket the water from their ship, but they could not escape the wrath of me and the shopper! Their ship continued to sink with water as I continued to slice them down as they tried to fix the holes in their ship, and they could not escape my fury, my rage. I would have my revenge. I would get my flag back, and they would know the name, the shopper, for the rest of their lives. I lit their ship on fire and watched as the water began to fill. The sound of a sinking ship that you've been hunting down for hours is worth more gold than any chest could ever give. Victory was ours, and their ship had sunk. From the wreckage, I retrieved not only my flag, but my partner was also kind enough to let me have their flag as well to turn in to get some extra gold and reputation. And of course, turn in my own broken flag for the most satisfying gold piece ever retrieved in Sea of Thieves.